You become the most attractive when you focus on yourself. Contrary to what we may believe, especially as women, we think that when we pour our energy outwardly, when we give all our attention to people please, when we give that person who we like all our time and availability, that this is what's going to make us attractive. This is what's going to get the person to like us. But actually, when we are operating from giving too much, from always seeking validation and approval from people, this is when we lose ourselves. We sacrifice our identity and who we are at our core. It's when you focus on yourself, that is when you become your most attractive self. And when I say focus on yourself, I do not mean in a selfish way where you forget about everyone else and don't care about nobody. No. This is about understanding how important it is that in order to show up as a present woman in the world, as your best version, it starts with number one. It starts with you. It's not when we lose ourselves by giving too much to other people that makes us attractive, that makes that guy want us more. It's when you pour into your own self, you prioritize your self-care, you make time for the things that bring you joy, your passions and your hobbies. And that's what I'm going to get into in this video. 6 ways when you prioritize yourself, this is what is going to make you the most attractive version of yourself. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, the first thing when you prioritize yourself that will make you the most attractive version of you is to de-center seeking approval, seeking acceptance from other people, and find it, validate yourself. What do I mean by this? I mean, we've been brought up to seek attention. Many of us, we've been brought up to get validation, approval from our teachers, our siblings, our parents. So this is almost automatic for us when we seek attention and acceptance from people. This comes from our tribal history where we needed to be accepted to feel safe from dangerous animals. But in today's day and age, we may do this in other ways. Maybe this could be through social media when we're seeking likes and approvals from people. Maybe it's through a WhatsApp chat when we want people to notice us, and then we end up people pleasing and doing things even though we don't want to do them, but we force ourselves so that we can be accepted. When you unlearn the need to be validated from other people and understand that your worth, it does not lie on other people to approve you and to like you, that it lies within you. You are worthy just as you are. When you can make yourself feel good by doing things and finding things where you find fulfillment and joy, this is when you stop seeking approval, feeling that pressure to always say yes to friends and their invites, even though you don't want to do it, even though you don't have the time, but you push yourself to do things because you fear being left out. Maybe you push yourself to tolerate someone that you're dating, their misbehavior, because you fear being alone. When you de-center approval and validation from other people and find it within yourself, you become a powerful woman. You become your most attractive because people can sense that you show up in the world without that needy, desperate energy. That, please like me, am I good enough? Because you know you are. You will know you are good enough from who you are, from what you are doing, from the things that you are contributing to the world, from your character. This is what's going to make you feel good, not from other people. So, what are the ways that you can find fulfillment and validate yourself and feel good about yourself? One of my favorite ways that I have found that works for me is to find different passions and hobbies and a purpose in life. When you defocus, distracting yourself from always meeting other people's needs, and find things that bring you joy and meaning through passions and hobbies, this is what's truly going to be the game changer, in my opinion. This is when you're not going to be desperate for a relationship, for those flaky friendships that are not working, and you're only the one who's pouring in that energy in all different dynamics, because you found ways to make yourself feel whole. You won't need external things to feel complete, and you will start valuing yourself. When you find passions that you can immerse yourself with, that lights your soul up, this is what's going to make you feel good. It could be through writing, journaling, painting. It could be through making music, singing. We're all different. But when you do something that makes you feel good, independent of relying on other people, you are going to become your most attractive version, because you're not going to be needy. You're going to have this energetic, passionate vibe about you that people will be drawn to. They can see that this woman has a secret to life, that she has figured something out that is making her content and happy with herself and her life. And that is through finding purpose, passion, and hobbies. And I encourage you to reconnect. If you've not done something that you enjoy for a long time, try and think of things that you can do. It can start small and then build on that, and do it on the daily to help you feel good about who you are and what you do as a person, so that you start believing in yourself. The next point. When you focus on yourself, you become the most attractive. Point number 2 is when a woman is able to be independent and invest in herself. In particular, when I am referring to independent here, I mean when a woman is able to financially be able to be resourceful and be okay, and not have to wait on a man to come and save her and rescue her. Because I think many of us, sadly, especially if we come from certain traditions, we've been brought up to believe that we don't need to worry about this side to our life, money and finance, because when we get married, that's a man's role, that's his responsibility, and therefore we don't take responsibility of our finances and we don't think about it. And what ends up happening is many women find themselves at risk. They end up being in a relationship they may not be happy with, but they have to be with that person because they're dependent on him for their livelihood, for finance. Or maybe she's not learnt the skills, educated herself to get a good job so that she can be independently free. When a woman invests in herself, learns how to make her own money, save, and she doesn't need a man to come and rescue her, this is what will make her the most attractive. This is what makes her powerful. This is when she can walk away from situations, bounce from people who are not treating her right, from a person who is taking advantage of her. This is what's going to give her options to walk away from things that are not good for her, and she doesn't have to worry about depending on a guy to support her financially, because she's got herself covered. She's smart enough, intelligent enough to invest in this side of her life, which is very important. We all underestimate how important this money aspect is. And if we can think about the freedom it can bring to us in many different areas of our life, then maybe we can prioritize investing and educating ourselves about how we can learn how to make money, save, so that we are not just depending on someone else, but also not burdening someone else that they have to take care of us. If someone else does it from their own accord, generously, fine. That's icing on the cake. Who doesn't want that? We all want to be taken care of. And I'm sure there are plenty of guys out there who love to take that responsibility and do treat their partners well. However, it's best that we position ourselves to be in a position where we are not putting ourselves at risk if you was to meet someone who would take advantage of you not being able to take care of yourself financially and you're stuck with them for the wrong reasons. The next point, when you focus on yourself, when a woman focuses on herself, she becomes the most attractive, is when a woman learns to embrace solitude. When she is not running away from herself, she's okay being on her own. She enjoys her own company. Oh my God. This is something I learned, how powerful it is when someone, this applies to both women and men, when they can be on their own and enjoy their own company. I know people who struggle to do this, and the energy that they give off is very needy, clingy, always needing someone to entertain them, always needing situations to fill in the gap, because it's almost like they're running away from themselves. And it's sad to say, it's almost like someone hates their own company, and that's why they cannot sit with themselves. When you enjoy to be alone, as hard as it may be, if you can enjoy and practice being on your own and not be afraid, not be scared, this is when you will start cherishing your time alone. This is when you will understand how gold is found at peace. This is when, if it's costing you your peace, it's too expensive. Finding peace in solitude is a game changer. This is when you will not tolerate BS from people. This is when you'll walk away, not just in romantic settings, from people, friendships, whatever it may be, when people are giving you drama, toxicity, negativity. This is when you start valuing your time. You're not just going to people please and be that yes girl, the doormat. This is when you start cherishing and honoring this valuable commodity, time, that we take for granted. This is when you're not going to be taken for a ride, because you're okay being alone. It all starts with you, that relationship you have with yourself. If we can just understand how many of us, we seek external people to always fulfill us and to complete us, but truly, the only person who we are with all the time, and that even if we try, we cannot run away from, is ourself. So if we can practice building that unshakable relationship with ourselves, befriending ourselves, learning to make friends with that voice in our head, that inner critic, this is when you build a beautiful relationship with yourself. Start trusting yourself, understanding that you can figure things out. This is what will help you become more confident. And people will see that you are a woman who's not to be messed around with. You'll walk away, bounce, if people are treating you like BS. And this is what will make you the most attractive version of yourself, because you value your time. You love your own company. You've learned to build a relationship with the most important person, that is you. The next point, when you focus on yourself, you become the most attractive version of yourself, not in a selfish way, as I've mentioned in the beginning, in a healthy way, focusing on yourself, not in a unhealthy narcissistic way, in a healthy way where you show up for yourself, fill your own cup up so that you can be there for other people. Number 4 is when you prioritize your health, take care of yourself so that you can be there for the people that need you. When you prioritize your health, you are going to be the most attractive version. I think so many of us, we can take our health for granted. We think, oh, I'll think about it later. And then maybe we wait on something major wrong to happen and then we wake up and take things seriously. But why wait for that? And when I say taking care of your health, I don't mean just from the way it's going to look. It's about how it's going to make you feel. You know, our body is a vehicle. And just like a car, if you do not maintain a vehicle, it's going to break down. And if we don't maintain our body, this beautiful vessel that we've been given, we're not going to be able to enjoy all the things that we want to do in life. When you take care of your body, it will help you feel more good about yourself. It will make you feel more confident as a side effect, and you will become your most attractive version. And this is about being mindful about what we eat, because I can notice myself when I'm eating junk food, going through a period of not being mindful about the things that I put in my body. It shows externally, 100% it shows. But when I am taking care of myself, eating the right foods, eating nutritious foods, veg, fruits, and really paying attention to what I put in my body, I notice the difference on my skin and how I feel. When we cherish what we have, it will thank us later. We will be able to show up for the people that need us, do the things that we love. This is how you become your most attractive version, by taking care of your health and prioritizing yourself. It's not selfish. It's actually going to benefit not just yourself, the people around you. Next point, when a woman focuses on herself, she becomes the most attractive version. Point number 5 is when a woman learns to regulate her emotions, when she has emotional intelligence, when she knows how to balance her emotions and control her emotions, when she's not operating from that reactivity mode. The truth is, I think many of us, what gives us stress in life is how other people are treating us, what they've said, what they haven't said, and we take it personally. If we can understand that a lot of what people do is a reflection of themselves, when we can learn to not take things personally and take a step back, learn how to take some time out and analyze situations before we react, we will come from a more balanced point of view. This is how we are going to be more at peace with situations. This is how we appear someone who's got more in control of themselves and appear more attractive as a result. The way to do this, what I have found that has worked for me, is to be alone. That really helps when you give yourself time to think things through. Give it a day or two to calm down, especially if you're going through situations that are stressing you out. Block yourself out from all that noise. Give yourself time out. Learn how to calm your nervous system. For me, this is having slow mornings, practicing yoga, doing exercise, Pilates, walks in nature. This really helps to clear my mind, to be at a more balanced state. Doesn't mean that I never get triggered. Of course I do, I'm a human, but it means more often than not, I will be more balanced, more at peace state than reactivity. So I have found that this has really helped to not react immediately to people. What would have bothered me before, when I would get angry and say something that I'd regret, when I start practicing things that helps regulate my emotions, I find that I tend to step back from things that trigger me, give myself a minute before I react, try and understand the bigger picture, And oftentimes we will find that the things that we think are going to happen, they don't. We often overanalyze things, overthink things, and create the worst scenarios. When we can learn to let go of situations and detach, this is what creates more peace in our life. Understanding that we cannot control people, we cannot control how they're going to react. Letting go, detaching, allowing things to happen, not forcing things is what helps to stay in that neutral state with different situations and create a more balanced version of ourselves, the most attractive version of ourselves. So if we can work on learning how to control our emotions, this will really help in many different situations, stressful situations in our life. And the next point number 6, how to become your most attractive version by focusing on yourself, is to become more of who you are. What do I mean by this? I mean, give yourself that damn permission to be who you truly are, unapologetically. Because too many of us, we've been brought up to believe that we need to follow everyone else around us, conform and do what everyone else is doing. So we end up copying, we end up doing what our friends are doing. Maybe we go down the route of leading the same lifestyle as the people around us, getting married and looking similar sort of way. When you have the courage to do your own thing, having your own mind, to be your own personality, have your own style, investing in getting to know yourself and who you are without the conditioning of culture and tradition, this is what's going to make you different, unique, and stand out. This is what's going to make you your most attractive version of yourself. Because the truth is, too many of us, we don't ever question that. We just go along because it's easy to go along and do what everyone else is doing. But when you are curious, when you are that woman who wants to learn more about yourself, become more self-aware, and really truly discover about who you truly are, what you value, your beliefs, and become more of yourself unapologetically, this is what's going to make you the most attractive. This could be from the lifestyle you want to live, the career path you want to go down, the clothes that you want to wear, giving yourself that permission to do something different that feels truly aligned with who you are, authentically with who you are. This is what's going to make you the most attractive version of yourself. These are my 6 points. When you focus on yourself, that is actually when you become your most attractive version. Share with me your thoughts, your comments. I'd love to hear from you if you've got anything to add. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you found this video valuable and useful. I'd love to, again, listen to what you have to say. If you've got something to add, it always helps me to understand what you are thinking. I'm sending you my love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, my loves. Bye.